like you commonly use force on people. I mean, I see it as an act of threat, you know, that you're standing here watching us like my parents. You're not harming anybody. We're handing out education materials. Well, he said he's protecting me. What? No, actually, it's not. It's not part of your job to protect me. The Supreme Court has ruled that police officers and government have no duty to protect people. So you're not protecting me. And so when you do that, you can violate any laws of life. No, we don't violate. Are you parked in a no parking zone right now? So that's a violation of the law. So you have more rights than other people.
No, I don't say. We all have equal rights.
Well, I can't park here. Can I bring my car down here?
I have official business. Bring it down.
Well, I have official business. I'd like to film these people.
Okay.
And then what happens? Then what happens? So what, did he sell you too?
Well, I'm not talking about that.
Come on, guys. I'm not trying to argue, but have you ever thought of it this way? Have you ever thought of it? I'm trying to get you to think like how it works. Here's what it is. And now I need you to protect us. It's a double standard, man.
How do you determine?
Am I allowed to carry a firearm?
You got permit.
Why should I have no permit to protect myself?
State of Pennsylvania, you have to have permit.
Do you have a permit to carry your firearm? Can I see it?
No, I don't think you have.
Then how do I know you have a permit or not? And is it?
Spanish shit.
But if I had a gun on right now, would you have to see my permit? So why would I have to show you?
My badge is mine.
Oh, so now it's because you have a badge. You have more rights?
My badge gives me that authority.
But I didn't grant you that authority.
You don't have to.
I mean, don't you see the double standard here?
There's no double standard.
It's obviously a double standard. You can do things I can't. That's a double standard. Government is so good in helping other people, then why do we need people outside of buildings like this? Why would you need to protect this building? The government was in the best interest of the people. I mean, Starbucks receives complaints. Starbucks has a business. They have assets. They don't have armed men with guns standing outside and protecting it. Have you ever wondered that? Why the only agency in the world is government agencies that need armed men with guns outside of it?
Well, businesses hire armed security.
Some do, like banks and other things. But I'm saying for the most part, the private sector doesn't have armed men with guns standing outside its buildings. Especially buildings that claim to be working for the people and in the best interest of the people. If they were providing an extra good or service, we wouldn't need men with guns protecting people from it. Well, there are other means. I mean, if the government would allow us to protect ourselves, we wouldn't have this problem.
This is outstanding. The gun is part of the
Right, but how's it all paid for?
we all pay.
Yeah, by force. By the same gun. Well, what happens if I don't pay my taxes?
Well, we all do that. The IRS.
There's what?
The IRS.
Do they carry guns?
Some of them. Some days.
So if I don't pay my taxes, men with guns come to my house. Sure.
If I don't pay mine, they come in.
Well, that's yet to be determined.
I don't do that all the time.
I'm sure the IRS might
I have to pay my taxes too.
Well, sure. That's like a double tax, though, because like all your salary is already paid for by tax, and then they tax it again. That should be the complaint you have, not I. But it's not right. Taxation is just theft with filters. I mean, if I robbed one of these people, took somebody's purse, you guys would stop me, put me in a cage for theft. But because I've taken something from them, if I don't pay the government my taxes, they come and take me into jail. That's theft. By way of a gun, it's the same thing, only with filters. That's what that uniform represents. Protection of them. Everybody. Everybody. Who gets the most of the protection? Do you ever leave this block? Have you ever drove? How far does it go?
Outside.
Well, it's extreme, man. It's pretty extreme. You personally ever arrested a terrorist? Anybody?
I've read a lot of people ask me questions. I don't know what
That's what like Department of Homeland Security is supposed to do, right? Terrorist activity. Would you arrest that person then? Here's the question, is there a line? Is there something your job would require of you that you would say you wouldn't do?
we do have guys.
No, I mean you personally. Like if they said, everybody with a blanket is a terrorist, you arrest people for possessing of blankets? I'm just saying, they didn't say blankets. Alright, so what about like drugs? Have you ever arrested anybody for possession of drugs? But isn't that an individual choice? You think your government should be able to tell you what you can and can't put in your body?
But it also maybe certain things.
That's why I say government. Government makes laws.
The law is the law. The law is the law. Who made it or what have you? We have no doubt.
But I never signed that law. I never agreed to it. I own my own body.
People that are elected to do anything in the Senate.
Well, I didn't elect them either. I don't elect people to think for me. Not my mind. I mean, I own myself. I own my own thoughts. But who granted them that authority to select what I can and can't put in my body? What if it was salt? What if they changed it from marijuana to salt? Would you arrest people for putting salt in their body? But I mean, I smoke cigarettes. You're going to arrest me one day for smoking cigarettes? That causes harm to my body, but these are perfectly legal. Don't you see the hypocrisy in that? So if you want to arrest somebody for cigarettes, why arrest them for smoking weed?
Weed and unless you have a prescription.
Is that even a law in this state? I don't think they have medical marijuana here, do they? Yeah. I don't think they do. But it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? We can smoke cigarettes, and that kills more people than drugs and alcohol combined. But we can't smoke some pot because somebody says so. And you're fine with enforcing that. It's a personal choice. Maybe you like Tabasco sauce or something. And should I get 51% of my friends to say Tabasco sauce should be illegal? And then men with guns can arrest you and put you in a cage for that? Maybe a study comes out and says it causes cardiac arrest at the age of 50 or something. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's just how arbitrary these laws are. Like, you can break that all the way down to your presence here today. There's got to be a better use of your time, especially my money. Well, is this a good use of your money? I mean, you're probably biased in that answer. No questions asked. You're not a conscience, you have a mind of your own. Say, this is wrong. I shouldn't arrest somebody for a personal choice that harms nobody with no victim.
I mean, you have your opinion and I have mine.
Sure. But my opinions don't use force to steal from people. Yours do. Your job does. Your job is based off of force. Your uniform, your badge, your gun are an intimidation or a sign of a threat that this is what happens if you don't listen to it. I feel intimidated by men with guns standing around me and my friends.
What about a hunter? What about people that don't hunt?
I'm not intimidated by that because they're not directing their attention at me. I'm not paying for them. They're not locking people in cages. They're hunting for food and survival.
People come down here,
I know those people don't use force on other people. Ask them what. They wouldn't agree with me? I bet you just about everybody that I'm here with is saying that you have the right to do what you want in your body, that the initiation of force is wrong. I mean, I'd be glad to film you asking people what they thought of your job.
No, you're not going to ask me.
They're not going to answer you? They have to. You can legally require them to answer your questions, right?
You just can't stop somebody.
I've met buddies of yours that have. Do you know in New York City, friends that wear the same costume as yours arrest people for doing this, for handing out educational material? Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a card in a little bit. I don't have one on me, but or you can go to libertyantour.com and look at the video on how some of your colleagues.
What is the video?
Liberty on Tour is me and my friend are traveling the country in an RV. We're doing 13 cities in 13 weeks, embedding ourselves with activists who are trying to shrink the size of government. We're trying to be an educational source for those who aren't active or involved, to make them, be a place where they can see people who are active and involved, pick a little bit from each, and maybe be inspired or encouraged to take a stand against oppressive government.
No, I said that.
Camera shot. If I lit up a joint right now, I'd go to jail, right? But I wouldn't have harmed anybody. There'd be no victim. Don't crimes need victims?
You gotta speak to them. They won't do it.
I would. You come over, I put in my camera too.
Or you zip it up.
The charge? Now, you guys have hierarchy. We're just people that are concerned. Everyone came out here on their own volition, their own free will. No one was coerced or paid. I'm not even sure where everybody's from. You have to ask them. I'm from New Hampshire, though. Oh, yeah?
Friggin' fun.
Do you think we should need a permit to hand out educational material to people who voluntarily accept it? It doesn't sound like the land of the free. Why?
I guess they don't know about it.
Why would you need permission to give something? Like, all we ask is if you like it, and if somebody says yes, that's a voluntary agreement. Why would you need to have a permit for that?
Like I said, the city has their own ordinance. I don't think it's a state. I think it's a state law, but it's a city law.
It sounds like a bad law. It sounds like a bad law.
That depends on the city and their legislature.
And the jury.
Have they come up
And the
with
jury.